Hi everyone. For those who still don't know me or are seeing me for the very first time, my name is Ramo, and I am the owner and founder of Tranquil House of Elegance, which is under the brand Tranquility. So today I'll be doing a tutorial on eyebrows, how to fill and tweeze eyebrows. I got a lot of requests for this, so I thought it's about time to help you guys out. Alright, so as you can see, my brows are not that thick, they are not full, so normally I do use a pencil. I'm mixing this brow tutorial today with the tweeze, and I'll be tweezing with a razor. Just to have that perfect shape, you do need to tweeze before you do this thing. You can either tweeze with a razor like I'm doing, or you can tweeze with a tweezer, or you can thread, or you can just go for a simple wax. But please, when you're doing wax, when you choose the wax part of it, just please go to a professional. You do not want to wax out your whole brow and then having to stay months without brows. It's very weird. Right, so with that said, I'll just get straight into the tutorial and tell you exactly what I'll be using for this tutorial. Right, so we're firstly going to be using a razor. So normally it comes in a full pack like this, but I usually just cut it in half, as you can see, like that, so that I use half of the razor instead of the full one. It just helps with maneuvering around the brow when it's half instead of the full one, right? And then the area around your brows, where you're going to be tweezing, needs to be very moist so that it doesn't scrape off your skin or you don't cut yourself with a razor. So you can use Vaseline, you can use face cream, you can use any type of thing as long as it's moist, right? So what I'm using is Havana. It's a face cream. So that's what I'll be using to just put on my brows. And then we obviously need a cotton wool. This is what we're going to be using to spread around and wipe afterwards, if we need to wipe any of it off, right? And then for the drawing of the brow or the filling of the brow, I normally use a brown pencil, never a black, unless you do naturally have black eyebrows, right? And then we're going to be using an eyebrow brush, and then I use two different types of concealers. I use a lighter concealer and a little bit darker one. So the little bit darker one goes on top and the little bit lighter one goes at the bottom, right? So with that said, we'll get straight into it, right? So like I said, the area needs to be moist before you tweeze, especially if you're using a razor with wax. Obviously you don't need to do that, but you do need to put a pre-wax before you start waxing any area of your body, whether it be eyebrows, armpits, legs, bikini line, etc. You do need to put on a pre-wax, right? So you just put that on your brow, just make sure everywhere is saturated. This also just helps layer the brow in the right direction, so you know exactly where the hair is that you need to cut, right? So if I can just put that there, just grab your razor. Like I said, don't mind me, please don't mind me looking up. I'm looking into the mirror so that I can do the right thing, right? So just make sure your skin is a little bit stretched, and then always start at the bottom of the brow, not the top. The bottom of the brow is what lines it up and gives you the proper shape. The top part, you are just removing the excess hair. So the most important part is the lower part of your brow. Otherwise, if you start at the top, you cut too much, and then at the bottom you can't cut anymore, and your brow will look thinner than you actually want it. So start at the bottom, work your way up, see how thin or thick you want your brow. All right. So I'll be starting there, and then we just line it right through, just like that. So now I like a very thin tail. Right, just like that. Make sure the excess hair is all removed. But be careful not to push in too high, and then you mess up the whole brow. So just stay at a very comfortable position. You keep cutting through, going up wherever you need to, and creating that beautiful off shape. Right, like that. So I'm not gonna cut anymore. I think I've worked enough. Now from the top, at the top of the brow, what you do because some people have hair running from the your hairline straight to your brow. So some people don't like that, others do. I think it's cute, so I normally don't cut it off, but some people don't like it. All right, so what you do, you layer your razor right at the top where you can see there's still hair, and you just push down the brow. You just push it down like that, just like that. So here, like I said, we're just removing the excess hair, just like that. Right. So just push down the hair, push down the hair. And then just layer your hair so that you can check that you are cutting properly and you're not cutting too much. Right. So just layer it again. Like I said, I love a thin tail. So that's the cut, that's the shape that I'm trying to go for there. Well, I'm not trying, I'm just getting the shape there. Right. So that's it. So that gives you a natural look, and you didn't cut off your whole brow, right? So that's exactly how it looks there. As you can see, I already have a shape for my brow, so when I use my pencil to fill it, it won't be that hectic, it won't be that hard, because I already have a shape for my brow. So what I did on this side, you need to do on this side. What you do on the left, you need to do on the right, so that everything is exactly the same. So I normally start, I'm not with you, just start with a brow that you can see is better looking. You can see that there's already a shape, and then you need to just copy the exact same thing that you did on one side to the other side. Some people's brows are better on the right side than on the left. So start with the brow that looks much better and has less work. So you don't have to start with the one that is, your brows are never the same. So you find that some people start with a crooked brow first and try to fix that one, and then the correct brow now has to look exactly like the crooked one, and then the correct brow ends up looking worse than the crooked brow, right? So like I'm saying, start with a better brow and then fix the crooked one. Your brows will never be the same, but when you're tweezing, that's exactly what we're trying to get to. We are trying to make the brows all the same. All right, so the same thing we did on this side, we just need to do on that side. Right, so just down there, and then just make sure you check so that you don't find that this brow is now higher than this one. So like I said, the bottom part of the brow is shaped in the brow. So if you move higher up, your brow will look like it's higher up than the other one. So just make sure, right? And the shape must also be the same. So just scrape it off like that. Now, if you can notice, I'm not removing a lot on this side because, like I said, this is my crooked brow. So I'm making it look almost the same as the left. So I'm removing less while I, layer my hair, my brow hair, so that I can see exactly what's happening there, and then I'll go back in and cut more if I need to. So just like that. Yeah. I think that's it. Yeah, we're almost there. Just removing excess hair. Now I have my bottom brow a little bit there. Now I have my bottom brow. What we do with the left, you need to do on the right. You just layer your razor up there and push down the hair. Make sure you keep the shape. Do not change the shape of the brow by pushing too much. Again, a thin tail. Just push it down like that. Layer your hair. See where else you need to cut, and do that. Push down, push down, push down. Right. Just like that. So that's how my brows look now. Very nice. And it is important for you to tweeze before you can fill your brows, because it just gives that shape to your face and to your brows as well. So having the perfect shape for you is very important. We're just gonna go straight into how to fill the brows. Okay, first of all, make sure your pencil is sharpened and it's very sharp. It just makes things easier for you, right? So you're just gonna put the sharpener at the back there, right? Now, when you start filling your brows, make sure you leave about a centimeter from your brow. You can see there's a lighter part of my brow and a darker part right through to the tail. So the lighter part of the brow is exactly what you're going to leave out, right? You're going to start from where the lighter part ends of your brow and just start filling it. Right? No mistake there. Right. So what you do from the bottom, you just flick it up. Don't mind me looking up. I'm trying to do the right thing. So I'll be looking into the mirror. Okay. So you just start flicking it up, and don't lose the shape of the brow until the tail there. Right. And then you can just draw a nice line, just to show you how your brow is going to be lined up. And then just continue flicking until you get your desired darkened look. Some people don't like it as dark like me. Some people like it really dark. That's why they even go for the black. But that is never ever recommended. It just looks very weird. That is one of the don'ts in makeup, right? So that's that. So just like that, I filled my brow, right? So since we've left this front part of the brow, you can see it just makes a huge line there, right? And please notice my face is round, and so my brow is not that thick. If you have a round face, or a small face, don't make your brow too thick. It just looks unnatural, okay? So, like I'm saying, the front part of my brow is still light and has nothing on it. So it just creates that, that line, right, from where the pencil starts straight through to the tail. So what you need to do is just blend that front part to go with your back. So the reason why we are starting like a centimeter from the front is to just give you that natural brow. As you can see, this side it's light and then goes straight to dark, right? It doesn't start dark and then ends with dark. That does not look right, right? So we take a brush and then just start flicking away from the front to the back. And make sure don't push the brush too much down to your skin. We are merely just blending so that we can remove that line and still keep the natural look of the brow. So don't push too much, otherwise it will just grab the back part like the pencil part of the back, and you push it to the front, and it will just look exactly the same as if you had started the pencil right from the front. So just gently, just brushing through, and when you are brushing upward. You're brushing upward. That's normally the direction of how your head grows out. It goes out upward. So as you can see, I am blending from the front straight through to my tail, right? And that's how the brow looks. As natural as possible, but with more volume and more life. That's before, and that's our after. Right. So after that, we need to now put on the concealer, both the concealers, right? So this is gonna just make that shape more visible and more crisp. Okay, so what you need to do now is just put the concealer on. So I normally use a smaller and thinner brush because the brushes of these ones are really thick and I don't want to be putting them all over my eye. So I just use a thinner brush like that one, right? So firstly we start with the lighter concealer like that, and then I just pat right at the edge and put it on. So you're putting it underneath and just pushing it through all the way to the back. And while you are doing this, you are creating the shape that you want. You are creating the shape and the end result of your brow. So just push it through like that, and then blend it in with the tip. Make sure you don't go further up than the line that you just created. So as you can see, my brow at the bottom is much crisper than it was, and it looks much neater. So we thank God for concealer. Right, so as you blended it like that, some people like the line. They love to see this white line there. I don't. So I just blend it out. I just blend it into the skin. So you can do this until you actually get your end required result. So just like that. And we have blended that brow, right? So as you can see, it already looks almost finished. It looks great, right? Now for the top part, we're using a darker concealer, like that. Again, just with the tip of the brush, just pat it grab some, and then make sure you don't lose the line. So start right at the front there and just pull it through. Like that. And just... So concealer is a correctant, right? It's what we ladies use to just correct mistakes and give perfect result. So as you can see now, I've turned my brush to the side. Now I'm blending on the side like that with my brush. So this just makes it easier for the corner of the brush to just line properly on that line and go through. So giving me a perfect line that I'm looking for. So just like that. So this is a much easier way of using a brush because at the top you can't necessarily see when your brush is like that. You can't see what's happening at the bottom. So you might just rub off the hard work that you've just put in there, right? So when I see, as you can see now, the top part is not really blended, and this brush is not for blending, it's just for lining. So what I usually do is I get my fluffy big brush. Okay, I can't find my fluffy big brush, so I'll just use my sponge, and then you just pat it away. You just pat that part with this sponge, and just blend it into your skin. And just like that, you have a perfect brow, like a perfect natural brow. That's before, and that's your after, right? So remember, leave the space, and then start where the light part of your brow ends, right through to the end with your pencil, and then blend everything in together. Right, so that is my tutorial. I'm gonna go ahead and do the side, and then I'll show you how it looks together. Right, so we are done with doing the other brows. So this is how they both look. I hope you can see. So the most important part that I wanted to show you is how to align them and make sure that they are all the same. Firstly, if you put your brush like that, you'll see that the corners touch the brush, and then from the end of your eye, you'll see that's where your brow will start, and at the end of your brow, that's where it should end, not further down, please. That looks weird again. So diagonally like that, that's where the eyebrow should start. Diagonally like that, that's where the eyebrow should end. Right, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and hope to see you again. Thank you so much for tuning in. Yeah, thank you very much. Bye.